See Weather Lab. Here's Eric's forecast.
Hope you all had a wonderful weekend and were able to dodge the rain showers to still get some of those Sunday errands done to get the kids ready as we head back to a full week of school. And it looks like you're going to want to pack the umbrella with those kids tomorrow, as those daily afternoon showers will continue with us not only tomorrow, but I think just about every afternoon this week. We're just going to kind of copy and paste the forecast with temperatures topping out in the upper 80s to lower 90s. So let's look at the big picture and show you what's going on. Across the 48, we do have a couple low pressure systems off the East Coast. We got one just off of Virginia Beach that is lifting up to the north-northeast. Not a whole lot associated with that. National Hurricane Center has now dropped it to a 10% chance of development. It looks to be weakening as it rides up the East Coast and should stay offshore. We have another little low that's developing down the Big Bend region of Florida. That's been producing heavy showers back through the Tampa area where they've been dealing with some widespread flooding. And that looks like it's going to situate there at least another day, dropping a trough back along the Gulf Coast. And that does include us here. That's what got the showers and storms going today, and I think will be the focus for more showers tomorrow. We had a front working through the mid-Ohio Valley that produced some severe weather earlier today, but that is also now falling apart. So let's zoom in, see what we had today on the satellite and radar, and there were those afternoon showers and storms that worked across Acadiana. Now most of that activity has fallen apart, but you do notice on these last few frames still have one or two isolated showers just offshore that could potentially move inshore along the St. Mary coast, but it does look like they should fall apart the farther inshore they get. So not expecting a whole lot tonight. Even the clouds are falling apart. So we'll call it mostly clear for the rest of tonight. Temperatures getting down to where they should be in the mid-70s. A dry start to our Monday, so no concerns for that Monday morning commute. Even around lunchtime, I think we're doing okay. A few more showers a little bit right along the Gulf Coast. Those will then move more inland throughout the afternoon, giving us that good chance for at least a passing shower at some point tomorrow. That's why I do think it would be a good idea to at least throw the umbrella in the car and bring it with you into work, just in case you might get caught in one of these pop-up showers during the afternoon into the evening. Most of it then begins to fall apart, and that story will pretty much repeat all week long, with dry conditions first thing in the morning giving way to those pop-up showers in the afternoon as we continue to have this slug of moisture right along the Gulf Coast. But by Wednesday now, we'll be watching this big slug of tropical moisture that will be a tropical wave moving into the southern Gulf of Mexico. That wave will begin to move towards the Texas coast by about Friday afternoon. Moving towards the weekend, it then drifts back closer to us here in Louisiana, just to the south with that big plume of moisture. Now, it will start to really enhance itself over the weekend as it kind of is a slow-moving system, looks to remain just offshore, but could bring us some heavy rains, and then will linger into the Fallen Lake right along the Gulf Coast. So it does look like somewhere along the Gulf Coast we'll be seeing some heavy rains. Now, looking at the water temperatures, here's what we see as far as what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see very warm temperatures just about everywhere in the upper 80s to lower 90s. So after Barry, the waters have warmed back up, so plenty of ingredients, at least as far as on the surface, for that wave to tap into. But what's going to hinder this a little bit is if we go into the upper levels and take a look at the wind shear. This is what might tear apart some of those storms. What you want to see are the blues. That's where you have very little. But when you start to get these yellows, orange, and red shades, that shows a lot of wind shear in the atmosphere. So as this system tries to move in, it's going to be running into all that wind shear. Now by Friday, it's starting to develop, but still a good bit of wind shear that's going to be tearing this apart. So that's why we're not expecting it to really become of anything. Still going to have lots of moisture with it, but not expecting it to become a tropical storm or hurricane at this point, but things could change. So here's a look at how much rain this possibly could bring with it. Through the next 5 days or so, we're just looking at those daily showers bringing a quarter to a half inch. So in total, we'll maybe see an inch of rain by Friday. But then here comes that slug through the weekend. You can see right now it's painting the heaviest totals from Morgan City over to New Orleans, anywhere in that 4 to 8 inch range. But this could maybe shift back to the west, so we'll be keeping an eye on it just in case. Not looking to be huge flooding rains, but definitely could cause some concerns if that sticks around and stays a little longer than expected. So that's what we'll be watching over the week ahead. In the meantime, just your normal August night out there. Temperatures getting down into the mid-70s with mainly clear skies. For our Monday, pretty much the same thing. A mix of sun and clouds early, eventually giving way to scattered showers and storms in the afternoon. And that pattern continues all week long. Maybe a slightly lower chance for a shower or storm on Thursday and Friday, but still keep in mind there will be that possibility. And then by next weekend, that's when we'll turn our attention to see what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico and that possibility for maybe a heavy rain event.